welcome back to the channel. XP King here with another Ghost of Tsushima video. So the main talking point today is going to be New Game Plus. Will Ghost of Tsushima have it on release? Will they eventually bring New Game Plus to the game? Well, the answer to that is no. Sucker Punch in a recent interview have said that the New Game Plus feature will not be in the game on release. That does not mean though that Ghost of Tsushima will never have that mode in the game though. As like many open world games and action RPG titles, New Game Plus sometimes comes out a while after the game's release. So I personally think that the New Game Plus is a great feature to have, but I'm not too worried though, so it not being a feature that you can access from the start is not going to worry me too much. And the main reason for that is that the adventure on the island is going to be a solid 50 plus hours anyway, which is plenty of time to invest in a game and gain enjoyment. The thing that I would say though is that New Game Plus modes offer the player more in terms of its increased value and replayability to the player, and obviously most New Game Plus modes have the offer of a new challenge and also sometimes have unique differences. What I do like though about a New Game Plus is that some of them, in terms of the uniqueness that they offer, is when you actually going through that playthrough, you can actually have access to weapons that you couldn't get on the previous playthrough, and a lot of things are inaccessible until the New Game Plus playthrough. I mean, think of it as Dark Souls. There's certain items that you can't get until you go onto New Game Plus. I know that's Dark Souls, but it's an example. So New Game Pluses have to give something to the player to entice them to want to have a second playthrough. I feel like sometimes challenge isn't enough. I mean, if there's already difficulty settings in a game, then playing on a difficulty just a little bit higher with the gear that you collected throughout your first playthrough doesn't really entice me that much. I mean, yeah, if the game's great, fair enough, I'm going to run through it again, but I would like to see something new in terms of maybe, like I said, items, gear, weapons, and maybe some different enemies. So like God of War, that actually was released and didn't have a New Game Plus mode until after its release, I feel like that's going to be the same thing with Ghost of Tsushima. I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you think that they're going to implement the New Game Plus mode further down the line, maybe when it's ported to the PS5? I mean, this is why I think that you should take your time with Ghost of Tsushima when it releases. Don't rush it, and make sure you explore everything the world has to offer, because knowing that there's no New Game Plus to go straight into after means that, you know, taking your time, getting the most out of the game, and basically, you know, playing the game how it should be played is going to be important. And hopefully in the future they do bring New Game Plus, and I would be happy to see it. And a lot of New Game Pluses played recently. The Witcher 3 was one I did enjoy, but like I said, I like New Game Pluses to offer something more than just difficulty. I want to know your guys' opinions. Drop them in the comment section below. Okay guys, let's quickly go over something I haven't actually mentioned yet. So you're probably wondering about skill trees and how they're going to work. So in Ghost of Tsushima, they will feature two different types of skill trees, both focusing on different styles of gameplay. You're going to have the path of the samurai and the path of the ghost. The way the samurai path is going to be available from the get-go. I mean, I spoke about the two ways of tackling combat in this game, and eventually progressing far enough will unlock the ghost skill tree. This tree will revolve around stealth, whereas the samurai skill tree focuses on the player's ability to handle weapons such as the sword and bow and other defensive abilities. The way of the ghost not only focuses on stealth but offers the use of alchemy, which is interesting. So from what I can gather, special side quests will be part of the requirement to learn how to create and craft certain poisonous potions, and I feel that other abilities and skills will be unlocked this way, giving the player reason to do the optional things in the game. And what I really like about the skill trees in that regard is that certain armor types with the mechanics will have an effect on what the players can do. For instance, whilst wearing the samurai armor, Jin cannot swim or climb buildings, which is interesting, but he can jump. And customizing Jin using a combination of equipment will set you up for certain types of battle in the game. Well guys, that's all I have for you today, and we're closing in on 300 subscribers. I just want to take this moment to thank you all for the recent support that you've shown on the channel, and with less than 5 days to go to release, I can't wait to bring you my experience with the game. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.